So I'm sailing from Miami to the Keys, and it's a pretty light wind day, so I had the spinnaker out doing about 5.5 knots, and there's a storm behind me. Miami just kind of disappeared, and looks pretty clear off in the distance where I'm heading. Off to what is the west, there's also a storm over the mainland. You can see a little bit of Miami there, and then it just disappears. It's just right behind me, so I'm just barely outrunning it. Still flying the spinnaker, doing about 5.5, 6 knots now. Making pretty good time. I'm trying to stay between the storms, so this is a little bit of a cram for speed. Squeezing every bit I can out of it. Heading towards Key Largo, the northern part of it. There should be some really cool state park area and some places to do some snorkeling, maybe some hiking. I have Christian and Chelsea just ahead of me, way up there. Well, you can't keep a good sailor down. I met up with Christian and Chelsea in Miami, and we've been buddy boating all the way down through the Keys. So we stopped in Key Largo and explored around a little bit, did a little dinghy ride, checked out some cool a restaurant there, and we headed there to just leaving Marathon. So we stayed there for 3 nights in an all-inclusive resort marina, which is included with my Safe Harbor membership. So it was really nice. We had a nice swimming pool and view and things to do and see. We saw the fireworks for 4th of July. We took a dinghy ride out to the bay area, and they had a nice display. Today we're heading from Marathon to a little island between there and Key West. We'll be stopping there at a dive spot, and I know the reef is not really what it used to be, but it's always interesting to see what's left of it or what's grown back, and to see the fish and wildlife that still exists. So we're going to stop there. I think it's like almost 20 miles from where we were going. We've got a perfect little day for sail. We're doing between 2.5 and 3 knots, which is not a whole lot, but the breeze feels great. It's been super hot, no wind down here. I mean, heat index is somewhere between like 100 and 120, and now I see why you typically don't want to go to Florida in the summertime. But we're making do with all the things at hand, and hopefully this will be a cool little anchorage. And then from tomorrow we're going to hop over to Key West, maybe explore that for a few days, and then I'm trying to decide if I want to go to Annapolis with them or head straight back to the Bahamas. I know my brother-in-law Ben is wanting to do a little sailing in the tropics. As long as we have wind like this, I don't mind sailing back over there. Be way better than motoring back like I did last time. There was no wind, so it was a 12-hour motor from Bimini back to Florida. Not a super long trip. I can see Christian and Chelsea off in the distance here. I'm just making my way around the southernmost point of Key West. There's Key West there, and their marker right there. Just arriving into Key West. There's a pretty big anchorage and mooring field here. There's a lot of boats out here. just left this cool little restaurant, and we're about to check out a rum distillery. I think there's like a free tasting and probably an option to purchase their products afterwards. We're just walking through Key West this morning, stopped by West Marine, and got a new spear. So never hurts to have a backup in case you lose one or break one. So this is days and just leaving Key West, heading towards Marathon. It'll be a good little stopping point. It's about 40 miles from the point of the island which we were on. Right now we're motor sailing, close hauled into the wind, so every now and then the wind's just straight at me, so I gotta keep that engine going just because of like backup. Still doing average about 4.5 knots, maybe sometimes 5. We are right here. We're gonna be going somewhere around here. But it's a beautiful morning. And a nice view from here. The last remaining sights of Key West. Golf ball looking thing. And after dropping the hook in Marathon, I met up with Christian and Chelsea for dinner at Porky's.
Let's get a video.
Had a little barbecue, hadn't had that in a while. And then from here, the next day I left and went to Key Largo, my last stop before heading east to the Bahamas for one unbelievable adventure. That's all I could say.
That's bad.
After losing the anchor and searching for, it took me 6 days in total, but 3 days of search time to find that thing. I didn't think I was going to find it. And then, there she be, my CQR.